Father Vigano says Kamala Harris is, quote, an infernal monster who obeys Satan. Obeys Satan. I think I like this guy. What's going on here? Well, there he is. There's Trump being a hero, obviously. And there's Kamala, who's not very happy. Maybe it looks like she might be summoning a demon or something right there. I don't know. What do you guys think? Right? Easily, if somebody was summoning a demon, that's probably what they'd look like. Just saying. Quote, for a Catholic, there can be no question. Voting for Kamala Harris is morally inadmissible and constitutes a very grave sin. Well, look, she's conjuring a demon right there. Obviously, I'm just going to say it. A former Vatican Roman Catholic archbishop encouraged American Catholics to vote for former President Donald J. Trump in the forthcoming presidential election after describing Vice President Kamala Harris as, quote, an infernal monster who obeys Satan. Obeys Satan. I'm glad somebody finally said it. According to Carlo Maria Vigano, the Vatican's ambassador to the U.S. from 2011 till 2016, the choice between the two candidates is clear. On Tuesday, he published a fiery open letter to Catholics declaring that voting for VP Harris would be a grave sin. Continuing, said, the choice between a conservative president who is paying with his very life for his fight against the deep state and an infernal monster who obeys Satan. Obeys Satan. Paying with his very life. Yeah, they're trying to kill him. They've tried to kill him a couple of times already. They want to put him in prison too. They want to take all his money away. Maybe he's not the bad guy. Maybe the people trying to kill him and take all his money and throw him in prison are the bad guys. I don't know. How does this work? Voting for Trump, he continued, quote, means firmly distancing ourselves from an anti-Catholic, anti-Christian, and anti-human vision of society. It means stopping those who want to create a hellish dystopia that is even worse than the one announced by George Orwell. Due to his vocal opposition to Pope Francis and modern changes made to the Roman Catholic Church, Vigano, the former Archbishop of Olpiana, was excommunicated from the Catholic Church in July following a controversial ruling. Well, I guess he just wasn't satanic enough for the modern Catholic Church, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. In his letter, Vigano discussed current cultural challenges in the U.S., such as a woke mindset and the teaching of sexually explicit content in public institutions, which he described as, quote, indoctrination and corruption dens, as per the New York Post. He said Trump was, quote, the only possible choice to counter the globalist coup. Again, I'm starting to really like this guy, that the woke left is about to implement definitively, irreparably, and with incalculable damage for future generations. This is all just 100% true. And let's see. What did he say about Kamala again? He said, infernal monster who obeys Satan. I'm impressed. Well, let's take a look here. Is there anything behind this? Let's see. What's this here? From The Guardian. So The Guardian is a far leftist commie, maybe Satanist newspaper rag from the UK. Let's see. The Satanic Temple. Hold on a second. The Weakened Patriarchy. All right. The Satanic Temple is taking on the Christian right. It's fun to watch. So let's see. Well, there's some Satanists there that they're very much in favor of. It's one of those things. I'm not a religious man myself, but, there's just certain things where I think, it's like this. Like, I don't believe in ghosts, but I'm still afraid of them. Obviously. What is a Ouija board? Do I think it's really something magical? I don't know, but I don't want to find out. Just safer just to leave it. I don't care if there's just like the tiniest, like .00000, like a million zeros with a one at the end, chance that that thing's really going to bring out some demons. Not interested. What are these people saying? Here we go. Satan is a feminist now. From the Guardian. Satan is a feminist now. They're not great salespeople here. Not great salespeople. Satan is a feminist, and they're quite proud of that. Satan is a feminist now. This is his friends. I don't know. I don't really like the looks of them, I got to be honest. Let's see. The Week in Patriarchy. So I guess Satan and satanic feminism. I don't know. Here we go. Reddit lies. Reddit witches are trying to cast spells on Trump, but they're upset because he has, quote, some kind of protection around him. Huh. And why are we looking at this? Because this Father Vigano says that Harris is an infernal monster who obeys Satan. Well, who would the witches be for? I think they'd be for the Satan lady, which is Kamala Harris, just to be clear. Would today be a good day for a freezer spell? So this is weirdos on Reddit. Some other witches have mentioned that doing spells directly against Trump are not as effective as we might hope, as he seems to have some kind of protection around him. Oh, huh. Maybe it's some sort of like divine protection. Who knows? A freezer spell against Project 2025 would likely be useful, but I wouldn't give the Cheeto. Oh, that's a nasty one. That's sharp. The Cheeto any more attention right now. He hates to be ignored, right? Yeah, I think most people running for office, especially a president, probably like to get attention because that helps them to get elected. A lot of people are taking the opportunity to do protection and uplifting kinds of spells to help Kamala and the Democrats. Well, I guess you better spell harder. Maybe not enough Eye of Newt. So they're doing these uplifting spells and protection spells for Kamala and the Democrats. Not very well, though. Please feel free to share and spread this spell far and wide, but please do not include my username, everyone. We can win this. That's right. With your spells. Must be the Secret Service. Regarding spells against Trump and the impression that he has some kind of protection or immunity, I think narcissists in general tend to be immune to spells and curses for good or ill, or maybe they just don't actually do anything anyway. They're like black holes where everything is absorbed or reflected by the giant event horizon of their ego. Well, for one thing, if you don't understand what an event horizon is, because you wouldn't say reflected in that case, nothing outward really affects them because they can't perceive anything except through the lens of that ego. Or alternately, it's all bullshit. So interesting. The minds of these people. What the hell is going on? Now, on the topic again, an infernal monster who obeys Satan. You've got the witches trying to cast spells on Trump. Fortunately, it's not working. But you know who's definitely a witch and is for Kamala? 100%. Gretchen Whitmer is definitely a witch. I mean, hold on. We've said this before. You look at her. That's a witch. I've got a perfect one down here, right here.
Once again,
where she reveals herself. If that's not a witch, nobody is. That's not a witch. There's no witches. Then there's no such thing as a witch. Like she's one of like the evil witches, right? Clearly she's a witch and she's for Kamala. I think this is kind of evidence right here. I don't know how much more we need, but we've got more. Let's see. Here we go. Here she is committing sacrilege. Cheetos. Yeah. Let's see. What do they say up here? Stretchin' Gretchen Whitmer during the interview. I always wanted to make a seat at the table for someone who doesn't see the world the same way. After the interview, mocks Catholicism in heavily sexualized video. I guess that's the sacrament there. I'm saying witch. Definitely a witch. And then there's Gavin Newsom, obviously, who's clearly a vampire. Do I have anything from him? You know what? Hold on a second. Let's fact check it.
Fact check.
You tell me that's not a vampire. You tell me that's not a vampire. That is clearly you can see the hairline there and everything, the smile. Look, that's a vampire right there. I don't care what anybody tells me. Clearly a vampire. I think he's one of those, like, I'd say 500 to 600-year-old vampires, you know? He's not like, because they age slower, right? So he's not like really decrepit yet, but he's kind of, he's you can see here, there's a lot of years of evil doing in there, a lot of years of, satanic stuff going on. One of the things that's so interesting, people wonder, why is he trying to attract every homeless person in the United States and actually across the world to California? Well, the vampires need to feed. And, there's people, they show up, they don't really, nobody knows where they are. They don't have ID. They could just disappear. Perfect for a vampire. Am I saying that Gavin Newsom is drinking the blood and feeding on homeless people in California? Yes, I am. I'm saying that he's eating homeless people because he's a vampire. I think maybe the thing with like the border thing too, trying to get so many people across, is because the homeless people, so many of them are addicted to drugs, and it probably makes their blood taste bad. So he's trying to get new people in who aren't addicted to drugs and then eat them. So that's just a theory I have. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. Please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.